Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Winning Post. It's our special episode on the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby, a Group 1 race for 3-year-old horses over 2,000 meters. Now, this is the most important race in the career of a 3-year-old horse in India. So lots of expectation of the horses, of course, and a lot of preparation going into the special day, which is the pinnacle of racing in Bangalore. Coming up on the episode today, all the events, all the prep leading up to the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby 2016. The race itself, who is the best in Bangalore? And the start of a new tradition in Bangalore for the winner of the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby. The association between the Derby as a race and the UB Group goes back 29 years, and now it's in its new avatar as the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby. A lot of firsts for this race, one of which was breakfast with champions.
The Kingfisher Ultra Derby, Bangalore's penultimate race that this year donned a new avatar. Under the tagline, Derby goes Ultra. And Ultra it was. The association with the UB Group and the Bangalore Turf Club has gone on for 29 years. And over the years, the race has evolved to become one of the country's topmost races. It has given birth to champions who have gone on to glory in the classic season in Mumbai.
Very nice. Nice to see so many people here having a nice Sunday afternoon at the Derby. And it makes us happy to have so many people here at the Kingfisher Ultra Derby. Derby ultimately is about fashion. Of course, it's about the horses, and you would know that more than anybody else. But, people come here to be well dressed up, to be seen, to have a good time. So Ultra is our brand which stands for fashion. So we said, why not make this Derby the Kingfisher Ultra Derby? It's young people who come nicely dressed up. And our whole idea is that it's not about high fashion. It's not about being dressed in designer clothes. It's about feeling good about yourself. It's about doing everything fashionably. So coming out on Sunday afternoon, wearing your smart clothes, having a good time, that's fashion. And that's Ultra. We've been associate horse racing for 29 years. We saw the potential of this many, many years ago. And of course, racing has evolved in this country. 3 decades ago, it was about older people, society people who owned horses, who had the privilege of coming to the races. But over time, it's becoming more democratic. It's a bit like our country, where younger people are experiencing stuff which, when they were kids, they never had access to. And that's what makes it fun. And what we have endeavored to do is that with our association, with our brands, make the whole atmosphere lighter, more fun, more enjoyable. We have got our own stands here. Of course, the old members come. And I'm not saying they're old and staid. They're also imbibing this whole fun. And that's our whole philosophy about the Derby.
What a racegoer witnesses on race day is just a fraction of what goes on behind the scenes. The horses that are often bought with the intention of running in the Derby go through rigorous prep over the years to groom them for the big day. And this prep comes to a head a few days before the race. And a certain select group of media got to witness all the action in all its glory. The guests were welcomed over a scrumptious breakfast spread put together by Smokehouse Delhi, where they could witness the horses going their final paces as well as interact with trainers and jockeys. It was then down to the paddock area to understand the importance of the shoeing of a horse, with trainer Neil Darasha, who had everyone listening with rapt attention as his farrier displayed the process. There is a saying in horse racing that goes, "No shoe, no horse." That one line captures the importance of farriery like nothing else can. Farriers are exceptionally specialized in their field, and the shoeing of a horse is almost an art that is passed down from generation to generation.
So the horse's four legs are considered to be as our arm. So his arm shoulder, and then is the elbow, and then comes down is his forearm, which is fused by two bones as one, which carries all the weight, and then is the knee, which is actually the wrist. Okay, and then comes the hand, where we have 5, they just have 1, and they walk in 1 digit. And then comes the hoof, which is actually our nail. So we've been metaling shoes into a hoof back 1,500 years, and it's always been metal shoes until the Second World War, and then we've been using aluminium shoes in the races because it's a little lighter weight, so it's easier. And the importance of shoeing is, first we clean the hoof and then we trim. It's like that nail of us. It's the same way. It's like shaping them up, because the more they grow, the more harmful it is for the horses. and so we trim them, and then we keep the shoe. So when we keep the shoe, we actually balance the whole heel. We make it even, and we keep the shoe, and we make sure that they are balanced. And the shoe should be of the right size. If it's smaller or if it's long, like bigger, then what's the point of putting the shoe? It won't be of any support for the horse.
Basically, why do we shoe a horse, right? We shoe a horse because the whole horse, which weighs 400 or 500 kilos, actually when the horse is galloping, takes the full weight of the body on one particular foot at one particular point of time, right? So the hoof is actually a shock absorber and the last point of protection for the horse, okay? So the shoe goes on as an extra protection for the horse. Now, it's a very complex process. It's done by a professional called a farrier. He's the only person who can do it, right? And the farrier has been taught over the years how to do it. And you need to balance a hoof correctly. It's the most important part because you get a lot of other problems related to the horse, right starting with the shoe. There is a saying in racing, no hoof, no horse. It's the most important thing.
Not many were aware of this, but were delighted to see the horses swimming in the equine pool as part of their exercise regime. As the horses made their way back to the stables, the journalists made their way back home, awaiting the big day with great anticipation.
Over the years, in what has become a tradition of sorts, the owners and the connections of the Derby contenders get a chance to pick out the barrier draw of their horses. This year was no different. The post-position draw was hosted by the beautiful Kalki Koechlin, the versatile Bollywood actress.
As the sun went down, the connections came out for the nerve-wracking draw of lots. Bollywood star Kalki Koechlin was present at the occasion and helped to diffuse the tension with her effervescent energy.
Let's get started. Kalki, if I may invite you, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first horse of the evening. Horse number 1. Bold March. All right, are you happy with that?
Very happy.
Draw number 7 for Star Cracker.
Number 8.
Who makes the rules? So that's a draw number 5. Mohit, are you happy with the draw?
Yeah, I'd have loved to, but 5 is it.
Horse number 12, Star Nijinsky. Draw number 9 for Star Nijinsky. And the draw, happy with it?
I'm very, very happy with the draw.
Are you enjoying this, Kalki?
Yeah. There seems to be tension in the room.
Horse number 10, that is Aster Rose. Wow. Draw number 2,
Anything under 6, very good.
Ice Glacier. Draw number 6 for Ice Glacier.
I have no complaints. It's a very good draw.
Horse number 5, Sergeant at Arms. The horse to beat. Oh my goodness. It couldn't get better than this. Draw number 1. I was just going to say any draw will work.
It's okay, no problem.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck for those that have runners in the race. Goodbye and have a great evening.
I used to ride as a teenager. I was living in Whitefield at the time, and there was a farm of horses there. So they needed someone to exercise the horses. So I was very happy to go and ride those horses every morning at 6 a.m. And yeah, I grew up in Ooty also, which has a race course. So I've been surrounded by racing throughout my childhood. Unfortunately, I've lost touch with it, in my adult years. It's been nostalgic. It's been really exciting to sort of draw the lots, and I wish I was there to see who's winning.
With just one day to go before Derby Day, the energy was electric, even as the night wound down to a close, with expectations riding high for Sunday.
There are 12 contenders going into the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby 2016. We're going to slip into a quick break. When we come back, we'll take you through those. Welcome back. You're watching The Winning Post. Time to have a look at the runners and riders for the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby. 12 horses make up the field for this race.
Derby morning rolled around with just a hint of rain, but that did nothing to dampen the spirits of the thousands of racegoers who came out in hordes to witness who would be crowned Ultra Champion. As the clock struck 4, the 12 contenders made their way to the paddock. Of the 12, there were 4 fillies who would face off with the boys. Sergeant at Arms trained by Suleiman Ataulahi, however, was the cynosure of all eyes, and even though he didn't look like it, everyone knew not to take him lightly considering his unbeaten record of 3 from 3. His main opponents from the Colts were Who Makes the Rules, trained by Malesh Narredu, ridden by Suraj Narredu.
Who Makes the Rule came and surprised me when he won his first race over here, the Summer Million, which he gave way to the three-year-olds and won by 8 lengths. And it was a very, very impressive victory. I have seen any horse winning. In fact, Be Safe won the Summer Million and he didn't clock that time. In the Colt style, I don't think things went for him. He had to travel too deep out, and I think the race didn't suit him well. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for the best in the Derby. He's a very easy horse, and Suraj knows him very well. You know, Suraj has ridden all the 4 times and he's won thrice on him. He knows him so well, and I'm sure he'll settle down very well with him. And I leave it to Suraj. He's the best to judge and ride the pace here.
And Supreme General, saddled by Kartik Ganpati, who had P.S. Chauhan on his back. The other 5 were the Kartik Ganpati trained Bold March, partnered by David Bro in the saddle, Captain Morgan from Suleiman Ataulahi's yard with Y.S. Srinath holding his reins, Starcracker trained by Prasanna Kumar, who was ridden by A. Imran Khan, Magistero trained by S. Ganpati, who was ridden by C. Alford, and England from LVR Deshmukh stables, who had S. Zervan on his back. From the fillies camp, there was Asteros trained by Arjun Manglorkar and ridden by S. John, who was a picture in the paddock, as well as Aika trained by Arit Sequeira, who had Akshay Kumar partnering her. Ice Glacier trained by S. Padmanabhan, who was partnered by Neeraj Rawal.
Phyllis Trial Stakes run, Phyllis Championship run was quite encouraging. Though she finished 5th, she was beaten only about 3 lengths. And she's come on for the race because we ran a 9-furlong race to see how as a Derby prep. And it was quite an impressive performance because the last furlong she drew away from the field and she was getting stronger at the finish. So she worked very well today, and we hope the draw will favour us.
Star Nijinsky from Hidayat Khan's yard with T.S. Joda in the saddle. With the instructions in place and the jockeys mounted, the runners made their way to the starting gates.
A quick break coming up here. When we return, it is the race, the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby 2016. So stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. You're watching The Winning Post, and it's time for the big race, the Kingfisher Ultra Bangalore Derby. All eyes on Sergeant at Arms. Let's head over to the commentator. The horses have been loaded.
Rollin, Ice Glacier completes the line. They're all in. Starters orders, and off they go for the 2016 edition of the Kingfisher Ultra Derby Bangalore Grade 1. As they settle down to race, the 12 runners take the first right-handed turn and swing away towards the 1800-meter marker. Who Makes the Rules leads the field by about a length in front as they race away towards the 1600-meter marker. About 2.5 in front of Ice Glacier, and beautifully settled back to run third of this stage is Sergeant at Arms Star Nijinsky. Another half a length behind comes the next Aika. England is another 2 behind. Tucked in towards the rail side is Aster Rose. Captain Morgan is another length behind. Starcracker is hugging the rails. Then comes the other 2 of Supreme General, Bold March, and Magistero is another 3 lengths behind. They race away towards the 1200 meter marker. Back to the leader, approaching the 1200 and passing it at the moment. Who makes the rules, calling the tune by about a length and 3/4 to 2 in front of Ice Glacier in second. Further two behind is Sergeant at Arms. Another 3/4 lengths behind is Star Nijinsky. Aika. Asteros is one which has taken the race run, who's been passed on the outside by Captain Morgan. England is in between runners. Then comes Supreme General, is starting to gradually improve positions. Further back, another length behind is Star Cracker. Then comes Bold Mars, and still running last of 12 runners is Magistero. They are coming towards the 800 meter marker and back to the leader as they come towards the home straight. Who makes the rules in a start to finish attempt is always being chased by Ice Glacier. Sergeant at Arms is gradually improving positions and tracking on the outside is Star Nijinsky. Aika. Asteros is the one which gets a lovely race run and being produced about 6 wide off the fence is Captain Morgan, who makes the rules as the leader. And just look at the public rage here with Sergeant at Arms comes with a devastating run on the outside. Goes ahead by about 2.5, 3 in front of Who Makes the Rules. Then comes Ice Glacier, Asteros, Aika. Further back comes next Star Nijinsky. But inside the final 50 meters, and he can go ahead straight to the queues here at the winning counter as Sergeant at Arms has won the 2016 edition of the Kingfisher Ultra Derby Bangalore Grade 1.
Sergeant at Arms proved once again that he is a force to reckon with, as he kicked up the running with 300 to go and held on to his lead all the way past the finish line. Asteros was in second, 1 1/4 lengths behind, with Ice Glacier taking third and Who Makes the Rules taking fourth, with just 3/4 of a length separating each of them. Suleiman Ataulahi scored a derby hat-trick after landing last year's summer and winter derbies with Angel Dust. There were celebrations all around as everyone toasted the new champion. The presentation ceremony on the track in front of the grandstands had all the pomp and pageantry, with the chairman of the Bangalore Turf Club, Satish Chandra, and managing director of the UB Group, Shekhar Ramamurthy, giving away the winning honours to the connections beaming with pride.
I've never had a half money favourite running in the derby, so I think that was the cause of the nervousness. Not because of the horse, but more the luck factor. Look, coming around the bend, he was still the easiest of the lot. And of course, I think he went a bit too quick in the front, which shouldn't be the last time he came from way behind. But I mean, that's part of the race, and the boy did a good job, and the team has done a fantastic job. I'm very happy that everyone is here, my family is here, and everybody's thrilled.
Basically, we were a little concerned about draw number 1. We didn't want to get stuck too far back. So he knew the horse, so we didn't tell him too much. Just told him to just take the advantage of the inner draw. And that's it. The race became too fast. I imagined that he would be 4th, 5th. But he was right up there and he saw daylight all the way, and it's okay. He's won the race. It takes a lot of hard work. It doesn't start here at the track, it starts at the farm. I've been on that side, so I know how those people get no media coverage, or they're behind the scenes basically. And it all starts from there.
To honour the winning horse, a newly installed jockey statue in the main lawns of the BTC was painted with the silks of owners Vespi Patel and the Dhanji boys, which will remain until the derby next year, when it will be painted over with the subsequent winner. If the happy faces all around are anything to go by, Derby Day was a resounding success to say the least. Sergeant at Arms paved his way to glory, and the display by the other horses will ensure the upcoming classic season in Mumbai will be action-packed.
Well, that's all we have time for in this episode of The Winning Post. It's been an absolutely magnificent day here in Bangalore with beautiful weather, and what a race. That's all we have for you, but we are going to leave you with pictures of a new and a beautiful tradition that's been started, that of a jockey statuette which is now painted with the winning colours. Goodbye till we see you next time. May the horse be with you.